Matt Brown here, and I am back with some more Beatles lessons for bass. We're going to do Polythene Pam from the Abbey Road album in this one. So kind of a cool rocking tune with lots of cool bass stuff that maybe you can hopefully apply to your own tunes. So we're going to do like we usually do and go back to the beginning and talk about this section by section in terms of the chords and harmony and all that good stuff. And then I'll explain why Paul McCartney's playing what he played over top. So let's go back to the beginning. For the 4-bar intro, the guitar is just doing D, A, E as far as the chords go, and we're just playing root notes. Actually, just an E root note, the root of the key. So he's just playing that E root note over top of the 4-bar intro. Then, as you get into the first verse, that's when he starts to play the roots of the guitar chord. Just, D, A, and E. So real simple. So you probably caught that already from my playthrough. So that's what's going on there. So let's look at the next 4 bars. So this will be bars 5 through 8 of the verse section. So the next 4 bars, the guitar is doing a G chord for 1 bar, a B7 for 1 bar. Then the next bar is a C, D, E type deal, and it ends with an E chord. So mainly playing root notes again here, but I'll play this with the track so you can see what's going on. Alright, so at this point we're basically to like a reintroduction where the guitar is, just doing the chords, the D, A, E type deal, and we're going back to just playing the E note here at the 7th fret of your 3rd string. He is, doing some slides to the higher octave. You can do those, here, or on the 3rd string as well, depending on where you like the tone the best. So, just pick the E where you like the tone. I like the twang of that string, so that's why I went with that. Okay, so then we're going to have a second verse, which is the same as the first, and then we're going to talk about the new material that comes later in the song. So we've got, after that verse, another introduction, and then we have the guitar solo section, which is harmony-wise the same as kind of like the main verse, the D, A, E thing. Here the bass line is just slightly different. It's so, doing some slides in there to change it up a little bit, make it a little bit more aggressive sounding for the solo. So let's see what comes next. So at the end of the guitar solo, what happens is a transition into what I'm going to call the bridge section, which is basically a key change to the key of A. The next section starts with a D chord, but it's kind of more in the key of A there. So I'm going to play these last 9 transitional bars here. So what we're doing is the riff once, and then the guitar is going to start playing an E chord, and what we're going to do is just just kind of like a little chromatic and pentatonic thing. And then what happens is this walk down, we're going to do an E chord, E/D, E/C sharp, E/B, into an A chord, which is going to set us up for the new section. So we're just D, C sharp, E, A, and now we're into the new key. And I've got a little buddy to help us with the new key. So the new section is pretty, kind of 60s sounding, I'm going to say. So what we're playing is kind of like, kind of standard bass material out of your major pentatonic and arpeggio shapes. And the chord progression for this section is basically, it's just going back between a D and an A chord. So you've got D for 1 measure, A for 1 measure, D for 1 measure, A for 1 measure, D for 2 measures, and then a final A chord at the end here. So I will remove my cat so you can see my bass, and then I'll play this, it's 7 bars for this section for you. So, like I said, arpeggio shapes, major pentatonic thing over the A chord, back to an arpeggio for the D chord. Actually, some major pentatonic does in there as well. D major pentatonic. You know, major pentatonic over the A thing. You know, mainly major pentatonic, I would say, for the most part, is how he's creating his lines. Over the last D chord, you have this little 5, 6, 7 walk up. But yeah, that's what's going on bass-wise for this section. Let's check out the next part of the bridge. We have a key change to D minor. Okay, so chord-wise for this new minor section, we have D minor for a bar, A for a bar, D minor for a bar, then G for a bar. So I'll play these first 4 bars, and then we'll move on from there. Alright, so what he's doing over the D minor chord, he's going up the D Dorian mode. And now we're to an A root note, so we have A, E, C sharp, so just an A arpeggio. And then from here, you're going to start at this D note at the 5th fret and go down the Dorian mode. And now we're to the G chord, so we have a G arpeggio at first. And then a little G major pentatonic walk up. Now we're to the next 4 bars, so let's talk about the chords there. So we have a split bar with this first measure here of C to a G with a B in the bass, then we're going to a G chord, and then we're going C, 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 A. So keep that in mind with the bass line. Okay, so then we're basically into just material that you've heard before. It ends, the song ends with the lick that I just played, which is just going up to a C major pentatonic, skipping the D note, but that's what's going on there, harmony and theory-wise. So that does it for Polythene Pam. If you would like the tabs, my transcription of the bass line for this one, please give me an email and I'll help you with that. If you'd like to become a Patreon member, you'll have access to my entire library of bass and guitar transcriptions, so maybe think about that. Please subscribe, please like the video and leave a comment, as usual. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'm Matt Brown, and I've got, I don't know, about half of this album left, so should be able to knock it out in the next few weeks. Alright, thanks for watching.